Regardless of what your job assignment might be, when you are ready to begin entering information, you will be required to assess all of the locations in your assignment. To begin, open the assignment you wish to begin work in. You will see a list of all locations in your assignment. There are several high-level options that allow you to assess multiple locations all at once. If a user knows that all or some of the locations in an assignment are to be assessed with the same state, such as no identifiable defect, the user can choose to assess all unassessed locations at once. Or, a user can select multiple locations and choose to assess all of those locations at once. This is a handy tool and time saver for users who have large assignments with many locations. We can also assess locations individually by selecting the Make Assessment link in the Location line item. You have several assessment states to choose from. Choose the assessment state that is appropriate for what you are reporting. There are two options for submitting an assessment state. First, you can simply choose to submit the assessment state without adding any comments or information. Do this by clicking the Submit link next to the assessment state. However, you may wish to add comments and information to the assessment state. If you do, select the Add Information link next to the assessment state. It is worthy to note that you are required to leave comments and information with an anomaly present or defect identified assessment state. Let's review how to add an assessment state with information. The content of the Add Information option is the same for all assessment states with the exception of Defect Identified Create Fault Entry. Creating a fault entry is explained in detail in another video clip. The first bit of information we can add to an assessment state is linked information such as images, web links, or documents. This process is very simple. In this example, we will add an image of the equipment. When adding an image of the location, or what we refer to as a location diagram, the image will always be tagged to the location. You will not need to add the image again in the future. You may replace the image if you like, but you will only need to add it one time. First, we must give the image a name. This image name will appear on your assessment report. Next, choose the type of image you are adding. For this example, we will add Location Diagram. We must give the image a description. This description will appear in reports such as the Integrated Fault Entry report. After you have entered your information, click the Choose Image button. Browse to and select the image you wish to add to the assessment. After you have made your selection, click the Next button. You will be given an opportunity to preview and complete some simple formatting such as cropping or rotating of your image. Once you are satisfied, click on the Finish button and the image will be added to the assessment. Your image is now part of the assessment. Keep in mind that you can add as many images as necessary to tell the story. Remember these simple rules. If you want your image to show up on your assessment report pages, always use the item type Condition Data Snapshot or Wide Condition Data Snapshot. If you do not want your images to show up on your report, use any other type. If you are linking an image of the equipment, always use the item type Location Diagram. Following these simple rules will ensure trouble-free reporting. There are other options available to you that will allow you to add supporting information to your assessment if you desire. You can reference a web link if you desire. Here you could reference a manufacturer's website, a schematic of a piece of equipment, a service bulletin, etc. Simply fill out the fields in the web links section and click the Enter button. You can also add a file to your assessment if needed. Users may have documents that they wish to add to an assessment. Simply fill out the information in the Add File option, browse to the file you wish to add, then click on the Upload File button. Once you have added all supporting information, click on the Assessment State tab to finish completing the assessment. Add any comments that are appropriate. and then click on the Submit Your Changes button to submit the assessment. The location in your assessment is now flagged that an assessment has been entered. You can easily see if an existing fault entry exists against a location in your assignment. When you choose to make an assessment on a location with an open fault entry, you will be displayed with the details of those entries. The existing fault entries will be displayed. From here, a user can choose to continue a fault entry if the same condition exists. This builds a case history of an ongoing problem that has not been corrected. A user can also choose to close the fault entry if the problem has been corrected. Otherwise, a user can choose to enter another assessment state if applicable. Be advised that a user cannot enter a No Defect Identified assessment against a location if an existing fault entry exists for the same technology as the assignment you are working in. A user can exit their assignment at any time and return later to complete assessments. Or, if the assignment is complete, a user can close the completed assignment by clicking on the Close Assignment button.